We're approaching season 4.5 now, and I know I'm late to this, but I kind of just wanted to make a video about season 4 and how I felt about it, playing it for the last month or so. This felt to me like the worst season of Marvel Rivals yet. It felt insanely stale to me. First off, at the beginning of the season, they nerfed Captain America's damage for whatever reason. Nobody really asked for that. Definitely nobody asked for another CC ability on Bucky. And the fact that Phoenix and Johnny scraped by without getting a nerf, but Skullgirls somehow got one. The first video I made about Marvel Rivals, it was mainly jokey, a satirical approach to just the season 3 changes and how I felt about them. My opinions from that video were heavily exaggerated, and I felt like that season there was a reason for a lot of these changes to go on. But in season 4, it feels like a lot of changes were just thrown out for no reason. They quote unquote nerfed Black Panther and then compensated by giving him a team up ability that's a bubble that triggers as soon as he gets to 100 HP. What? I mean, I will say though, being a Magik main, I was kind of happy she got some actual real changes for once, because I felt like that character had been the same since release, and we finally got something new, a new team up with Doctor Strange. You know, that chain link thing that I don't know what to call it, but yeah, new team up. Her anchor was removed, the one that gave Black Panther the portal, meaning her 15% damage buff went away, but obviously they gave her some damage back to compensate for that. Overall, she does do less damage, but she gained a new effect on her slash that pierces enemies and reduces the cooldown of her portals by 1 second per enemy hit by it. On paper, her changes seem more like a nerf than a buff, but with what I've actually played, it's way more of a buff than it is a nerf. Yeah, sure, a lot of combos that would have killed people before don't do that anymore. That's fine, I can work around that because I know more combos that do better damage than bread and butter combos. But that being said, the one thing that does feel wrong about Magik is her survivability, because obviously she does less damage and her shields come from the damage that she does, so less damage means less shields, and less shields means less survivability, you know. That's not the biggest deal in the world, but it's just something I still have to adjust and adapt to. But the team up is awesome, amazing, and I feel like I've been just straight running lobbies more this season. And speaking of running lobbies, I gotta show y'all some of my clips, because I be crazy on this character sometimes. I feel like sometimes I be like a demon possessed. That shit I just said was corny as hell, but I do not care. What's crazy to me is that with all these changes to Magik, it still felt like the worst season to play. And it's crazy I'm saying this because this has been my favorite character since the game has released, and she's the best she's ever been since the game released. I feel like the main issue with this season is just the meta is stale. There never felt like an actual shift in meta. The same characters that were strong in season 3.5 are still strong, with a few additions being Jeff, Doctor Strange. Venom didn't get changed, but he's also kind of seeing some more meta relevance. Star-Lord's also getting a lot more playtime because he works very well with Ultron and Human Torch. So one of my least favorite metas so far has been the triple support meta, and that has seen a resurgence this season, which obviously I'm not a fan of. Y'all need to hear me out though. Mantis and Jeff is a good double support comp, but nobody realizes it yet. I'm telling you, it's really good. You gotta try it out. It feels like NetEase's way of quote-unquote buffing supports is just to give them an AoE healing ult, and I've always hated that. Rocket used to have a unique role where his ult just buffs 40% damage, and they decided to change that to 25% and shields. And now with Jeff, whose ult already could be used to save your entire team in certain situations, obviously, they gave him an AoE healing ult too? I don't know why they're doing this. It feels like a lot of these support characters just aren't unique There's nothing unique about them. I'm not gonna say they all do the same exact thing, but like they don't do anything much. They don't do much different from each other. But that's kind of also the community's fault though, for like this misconception that some support characters are unusable in double support comps. No! That's just completely wrong, by the way. The issue is that people don't know how to play with less heals. So in turn, people will just overflow their games with heals. So like, oh my god. These low healing comps are way better than people realize. My most played support is Adam Warlock. And I've noticed like when I'm playing with Cloak and Daggers, that team comp feels really good. Rocket and Ultron, I've gone against teams like that. I've played with that on my team, and that was also felt really good. I've also done a lot of Jeff and Mantis this season because like my other support that I like to play is Mantis. And whenever I play Jeff and Mantis, it feels really good to play. Because it's not always about the heals. It's not always about the amount of heals that you have on your team. Sometimes you need utility, not just heals. And when it comes to tank and DPS metas, man, legitimately, it feels like nothing changed. The only thing that did is that Doctor Strange came back into meta. Magneto and Emma Frost are still the pinnacle of tanks, and it's been that way since Emma came out in Season 2. Angela came out and doesn't feel like she actually made a difference for the game. The DPS meta changed like slightly. I'm happy that Magik's meta now, but when it comes to everyone else, it's like I don't even want to get to it because the same characters, like I said, are still meta. Human Torch, Johnny Storm, Hela. I just want something to change. I really hope this doesn't reach the wrong audience and people think I'm just complaining about the game, because I'm not. It's just that this is genuinely the first season I'm not having fun playing because the meta is stale and I feel like every game is the same. I haven't even mentioned the fact that I tend to lose a lot of FPS and lag a lot more than I used to in previous seasons, which I don't know why that's happening because I don't know if it's a me issue or anything, but I've barely been getting 60 FPS ever since the new season came out. But I know my PC's not that bad to not get 60 FPS, and I know my internet's not that bad to be lagging as much as I do this season. So something's up. But truly, I do love Marvel Rivals. This has been my favorite game to play since it came out last year. But like I said, this is just the first season where I don't feel like I'm having fun. When a game like has constant updates and the same thing is going to be meta all the time, it gets to a point where it's like, why am I even playing anymore if the same thing is always meta? What I love the most about this game is the shifting metas and me getting better, adapting to the metas, learning different ways to either counter the characters I need to counter or get better at Magik so I can counter them with Magik. I love playing this game so much. I laugh all the time while playing it, but part of my fun comes from learning and getting better at the characters that I'm already good at and learning new characters, which is also kind of why I'm happy that Magik is meta, because she's getting banned, and her getting banned means like I have to learn new characters. So yeah, but what can I do about it? Me complaining is not going to change anything. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to continue playing Magik, I'm going to continue playing Thor, and I'm going to continue playing
This is what the fuck is wrong with niggas.
That being said, I can't wait for season 4.5. I read the patch notes already. I know they're trying to do something to change the meta. So let's see what happens. If the meta changes, I might be releasing another video about how I love the season. Alright, enough said. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. See y'all next time. Nerf Bucky.
Scrap 1 4. Who wants the hard 4? 5 wants 4.